Joining today's how-to session. Today we're going to be reviewing how to integrate Action1 with ServiceNow. We've just developed a new connector for this, and we're quite excited. This actually adds a lot of great data to ServiceNow and helps you provide a more holistic view of your environment. So we do integrate with the ServiceNow database. This blog entry that we have on our Action1 site talks about all the database enrichment that we do for the ServiceNow environment. So definitely take a look at this blog if you want to kind of get an overview of what things we will add to the ServiceNow database and provide more details on that information. Now, before you go into ServiceNow, you will need to get a little information from Action1, and that is your API credential information. So when you are creating your API ID and secret, you will need to make sure that you're focused on the enterprise, at least if you want to see all the endpoints in your environment. If you have a API key that's just for one organization, you can do that, but ServiceNow will only see the endpoints and the data that's in that one organization. It will not see across your entire enterprise. So enterprise-wide API key and secret are definitely recommended. To get things configured, we need to go to the ServiceNow side. So when you go to ServiceNow, you'll go to your partners and then go to your partner applications. And from here, you can then search for Action1. And once we find that, we'll see here's our integration connector. A lot of great details in here. If you click on this name, we'll actually show you a lot of the details of what you'll be able to see once we get things integrated. We talked about the details of the app, how we update and enrich the tables within ServiceNow. We also provide in our links here the actual installation guide. So definitely take a look at this before you get started so that you can have a very clear picture of what all you need to do. This guide goes through all the details of how the API information works, what we do to update the database for ServiceNow. And you'll see we actually update 3 of the ServiceNow tables, and we've added a new table for Action1 data. So all this is described in here as far as the mappings go. Again, definitely take a look at this detailed installation guide. Great place to get started with. Once you're ready to get started, you load our connector into your ServiceNow environment, and then you will create your first connection record. So this will be the connection record for my environment. So this is my API key and my secret. And if we go open the record itself, I can actually see all the details that are in here. We can actually test the connection to make sure I've got the correct information in my configuration link for Action1, so that ServiceNow will be able to pull all the data, and I can see my connection is okay, which means we are able to connect into Action1 and start pulling the data down. From here, when you go to all, you will see your Action1 table information in here, and you'll be able to go to your connector settings and get that set up. Once you've got that set up, then you'll be able to go and see the data that's in here. Now, one other thing that I did want to mention real quick, there is a mechanism to customize the environment if you want to. You can actually go to the Integration Hub ETL, and this will let you modify what data we're doing in Action1. This will actually let you remap or map over some of the information that's defined by default in Action1 with the integration of ServiceNow, and let you customize your environment to add a lot of extra data. So definitely take a look. Strongly encourage feedback. If you guys have any questions, please get them back to Action1. We are more than happy to help you guys get everything working in your environment. That's all for this session. Thank you very much for your time. Hope it was helpful, and we look forward to talking to you again in our next session. Thanks. Bye now.